Okay, what do you know about... I guess that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave.
Good day, sir.
Good
And to
day.
you.
Good day to you, sir. Good day. Can we investigate about the Milesians? I think we've tried everything. Mythology. Milesians, look up. Is he the tribe of mankind? Yeah, we already read this. Nothing right now. Hey, can we talk about Milesians with you?
Hello, Mr. Ward. How's the day treating you?
It's been interesting. Can we talk about... timetable, wall scrying. That's a reflection we could do. You know, let's do the reflection.
With the ritual complete, am I to understand that the Quinn family is free of their curse?
I've instructed my solicitor to transfer all the deeds to Miss Barbosa. If Biddy O'Connor keeps her word, yes, I think it's done.
Good.
Finally. Finally.
Yeah.
If I might ask, will you and your family be all right? Losing that much land and the money from it must mean you're losing most of your assets.
Oh, almost everything. We will be significantly poorer, there's no doubt about that. It will not be easy. But I have some renown as a poet. I'll find the money for my sister's dowries that way, and I will work for my living.
Good.
We are going to be okay. I will see to it. I got us this far, and I suppose you did too in the end. So, thank you, Mr. Ward.
You're welcome.
No, none of it will be easy, but it will be worth it. After all, for the first time in my life, I have a future.
Yeah, you're not cursed. What about Wells crying? Do you know about this? Do you know about Wells crying? It's an Irish tradition, gazing into a well, asking for answers. Doesn't seem to have transferred to England like you might expect of a mostly secular spiritual practice. Maybe that it only works, at least as it is known, in Ireland, I wonder. Miss Callahan was kind enough to lead me in a session. I wanted to see what my sisters were well. I trust they are? Yes. When I saw them, they seemed fine, thank God. Good. And let's see, do you know about... We're gonna ask you about people. Do you know about Evelyn Deane? What do you know of Miss Deane? Oh, you know, Irish of a certain class, interested in mysticism. Most branches, rather than one in particular. I don't know what she does these days. When we met, she was hunting for the ancient secrets in grimoires. Frankly, you do better asking someone else. Evelyn and I haven't been on speaking terms for some time. Okay, what about... the Doom Hall of Finn? I don't suppose you have the opportunity to speak to Mr. O'Finn, have you? The master of the lands? I did corner him for some information on the people of the region. He seems more focused on the myths. Some moment I got the impression he could actually distinguish the two. He couldn't actually distinguish the two. Okay. What about Walter Blake? Do you know much about Walter Blake? Not a lot. Heard of him and gathered that he is family's last hope, frankly. I've been too busy with the survival of my own lot to care too much. Okay. What about Jonathan Blake? Do you know the Marquis? No, I do not. Some of my family knew of him, so I had an impression of the man. Studious, hard-working, quiet, devout Protestant. I gathered his father spent a generous portion of the family fortune on a lavish lifestyle across Europe, all while Ireland struggled through the famine. And so he tasked himself with rebuilding the family's fund by turning the place into a hotel. But the man I met now, the one who opened his doors to this gathering, this event, well, there is a gulf between the man I heard of and the one I met here. Okay. What about... Have you heard about the one this one, Simon Coventry? Have you had the opportunity to meet Mr. Coventry? I have. I would have assumed we'd not have much to talk about. He's no magician, not gentry, and no writer. Which makes me sound very snobby, but I simply mean I don't have much else I can talk on. he knew of my poetry. We discussed that for a while. It was very distracting, honestly. Okay. I think we're good here.
I'll leave you be.
Farewell.
Farewell. Let's talk to her.
Ah, Declan. Aren't you fierce good coming back to see me?
Yes. Let's see. Reflection, Miss Callahan.
Satisfied?
Oh, gods, no. The seance is still going ahead. Damage will still happen.
We might stop it.
But we've protected the well. And I think a rift between Rory and I is mended.
Good.
Ah, Declan. I'm so proud of him. What a fool I was to be such a stick in the mud.
Exactly.
I should have trusted his new ways. And, in doing so, had faith in myself as a teacher. I guess one always worries they've not done enough to prepare their young'uns. But you have to let them fly, I suppose. And Rory, he soared.
Nice. Okay, do you know about the Milesians? What can you tell me about Milesians? Well, that's the race of men who came to this island and battled the gods for the right to stay. Funny, we first fought them, then we worshipped them. Then, we largely forgot. I like that more than worshipping the god that we all lost to in the end, myself. Okay. Old Irish Grimoire. Are you familiar with this book, Miss Callahan? I am not, and I absolutely don't want to be. Whatever those sigils open or close, I want no part in it. In that what they say? Yes, one opens and the other closes. What I cannot say, what I cannot say, but it is all powerful and not for trifling with. Interesting. What about this shadowy figure? Can you think of anything that might explain a large ghostly figure on the land? Ah, now they've gone and done it. I warned them that nothing good would come of this seance. It's not a ghost, that's for sure. They only come in the one size. All this messing has lured some of the fair folk here. Maybe awoken one of the Tuatha? Ah, don't look at me like a feckless cow, Declan. The Tuatha de Nanan. The old gods, gone from our plane to the other world, but sure. What kind of god can walk among its people every now and then? Yeah. Tenan God. What can you tell me about Tirnan Nog? It's the home of the gods, Declan. Not just the gods, the fair folk, and our dead too. Sort of underneath us. And it isn't, as in the ways of such places. There's enough that coming and going is possible through passageways, found at places of great power once the day is dark. Caverns like Owi Nagat, or kind of important people, or dolmen. Significant ways under, down, and through. What about this guy? The god Goibnu. What do you know about the game named Goibnu? Smithing god, same as Brid. My understanding is his work focused more on war, weapons, and armor, you see? Whereas her work was more for daily tasks, horseshoes, tools, pots, and the likes. Okay. What about the strange device you see? What do you make of the strange device in the atrium? The worrisome jar of green energy? I've seen it, poked it, I even spilled wine on it. Nothing seems to deter it from whatever it is doing. I have a bad feeling about it, Declan. Don't worry, it's almost...
Let you go.
You take care now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah. We already almost did everything, but I'm sorry, there's nothing else we can do. You see, the basement is done with... Find Miss Deane's hidden notes. Sigil fills me with dread. It's overpowered by a sense of ambition. Like with the big guy who got, you know, taken. Okay. I found a treasure map. Rejected requests. Screwdriver. Miss Deane's invitation. Find the hidden notes. Where? Let's talk to this guy. Where are you? Are you outside? You're not on the stables. Not in the library. On the 5th floor. You're in the basement. Here. Okay, let's see if we can talk to them. Hopefully they will not be sending me away with all the shenanigans. Like they know I'm working for them. Still, we're gonna do a little bit of a save. Okay. Just save here. And also a quick save. Okay, they're supposed to be here. Good. Hello, bro.
Mr. Ward, how are you?
I'm good. I want to talk to you about certain things. First of all, reflection on your things.
Miss McLeod is safe now.
Aye, safe and happy. And should this seance turn south, well, I've put everything I have into those charms. With some luck, we'll be safe.
Good.
You know, you'd not tell from looking at me now, but when I was a younger man, I cut fine cloth.
Okay.
Could dance, too.
Nice.
The girls would make up any old excuse to come by the stables I trained in back home. Bench spoons, pots that looked recently bashed in. The odd bit of broken jewellery.
Huh. You were a player.
I took it all for granted. I figured they'd wait. Every one of them. But young'uns and young love don't live past spring. They all summered and moved on. Soon they had husbands, then weigh-ins of their own. I've never sired. No children. Just didn't work out that way for me. It was November 2nd, 1884, when I heard Mrs. McLeod screaming from the big house. I grabbed something, hoof clippers I think, and ran. Figured it was a robbery. Instead, I found her hunched over a wee ivy. The child was having a seizure. Then, she sat bolt upright and said, and I'll never forget it, she said, "Pappy's gonna die tonight."
When the vision
Pappy being
started.
what she called her mother's father. The next day, a constable came to the house, his hat under his arm. There had been an incident in the Star Theatre the night before. Some drunk wrongly sounded the alarm over a small fire. 14 people died in their attempts to escape, including Pappy.
Damn.
I happen to be part of a group of fellows that are more open to the stranger side of life. And long story short, it was agreed that if I could help the girl with her gift, though her mother did not consider it that, then none of her siblings nor her father needed to know.
Damn.
A grand man, Mr. McLeod, but God-fearing, to the extent that his wife worried he would turn out his only daughter. And so I trained her. In secret, of course. From the age of 6 until I left for here some 3 years past. She is the closest thing I have or will have to a daughter in this world, Mr. Ward. There is nothing I wouldn't do or give to keep her safe.
Good.
God willing, someday you'll have children, and no love so strong. Because until then, you cannot understand how much I appreciate what you've done here.
Okay, help me. I need the notes. Miss Deane's invitation. I wonder if Miss Deane was personally invited to this event. Miss Mantovani was, if I've heard right. Can't say for sure, Miss Deane. Didn't hear from the staff or from her, and I suspect she'd have made it known. Not sure anyone would invite the trouble on themselves. Yeah, she's a little bit of trouble. What about... this locker key. You recognize this. That's a key for the bathhouse lockers, isn't it? Best put that back where you found it. No. What about this treasure map? I was wondering, does this riddle look at all familiar to you, Mr. Hunter? Autumn. Well, there are those 4 statues in the garden, the ones for the seasons. Not a bad place to start looking at, say. Yeah, we already did that one. What about the mysterious object? Looks like someone crammed something inside the luggage room vent. Now, who would go and do a thing like that, huh? Well, when I have time, I'll get a screwdriver from the stables and get that fixed. Yeah, we already knew that one. What about... Mary Blake? What do you know of Marquise Blake's late wife? I didn't know the woman, I'm afraid, was hired on after her death. Mrs. Joyce speaks well of her, though. Okay. What about the hotel finances? I understand the hotel is in some financial difficulty, not any longer. Mr. Violent is his bet, but these whole houses take a lot of money to even keep upright, let alone turn a profit. Might be best you don't go spreading that around now, Mr. Ward. Wouldn't want the guests to be distracted from the task at hand. Yeah, I know. I'm going to discuss with you this guy, Simon Coventry. Have you spoken to Mr. Coventry, the soft-spoken gentleman? I have, but I don't think it was anything of consequence. For all his softness, he carried his own bags. He's in good shape, I'll give him that. Yeah. Documents. What about this map of the region? What can you tell me about the area? If you want to know about the county or the towns and such, I wouldn't be the man to ask. I only go to Gopher for supplies every so often. But if it's the land you wanted to know about, that I could help you with. If you get the time after the seance, it's worth taking a trip outside the grounds. Scenery is something special if the rain doesn't get you. And if you will go walking early out east, there you might see some deer this time of year. Oh, here. Nice. They're not dingoes. Okay. What about Walter Blake? What do you know of Walter Blake? The young master? He is a good lad. I take him for walks around the grounds from time to time. He doesn't talk much. I'm told he's been quiet since the carriage accident that killed his mother and maimed him. Before my time, all that, but he does like to go through her maze when I have him out. This is her something awful, the poor lad.
I'll be off.
Right, yeah.
We discuss everything with everybody. Where could she head? I don't think we have enough time for this.
May I be of service, Mr. Ward?
Let's see. What about your reflection?
What will you do now?
That all depends on what comes next. I do not know what to expect from this event, if anything. Perhaps we'll see an influx of guests and everything will be okay.
Well, the treasure I got you should be enough.
But if not, there is money there to keep the place afloat and its occupants safe. Either way, I suspect we are all long due a holiday.
Good.
I need nothing else, thank you.
Certainly.
Let's see.
Sir?
Yes. What about the reflection for you?
Do you think you'll meet Miss Callahan to scry again?
Yes, definitely. She even said she'd be willing to keep teaching me what she knows. I'm so filled with thanks. I could see my little one anytime I'd like. And with magic, I might finally have some say in my own life now, sir.
Good.
You arranged it all, didn't you? Thank you. You didn't have to.
No, don't mention it, miss. I'm glad I could help.
I'm just so glad to see my little girl again.
Discuss evidence. What about this locker thing? You know it? Found a little key drop in the hedge maze, miss. Small gold with a little number. That sounds like a key for one of the bathhouse lockers. Never heard about anyone losing theirs, though. I'm sorry, sir.
I'll leave you be.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Okay, I think we're done. Notes from Mrs. Joyce on the pantry and what needs to be used up by the end of the month. And we're done. 8 p.m. The silent dinner where we shut up in the dining room. Let's go.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean what I'm doing here?
Didn't Mrs. Joyce tell you that she was going to get the key to you with the silent dinner? You should be there. Go on.
Yeah, I know, bro. Okay, I'm gonna save here. We're gonna save in the last one, you know?
Mr. Ward, will you be joining the silent dinner?
Yeah, we'll be shutting up.
A reminder, sir, that the silent dinner is different to the other meals. Silent being the operative word here.
Yeah, everybody shuts up.
No talking, please. Unless you'd like to upset our guests. And they're unnerved by staring, so none of that. Secondly, there will be no staff. We'll be having our own meal in the servants' hall. Though, of course, your food has already been prepared.
Good.
Thirdly, I've been told to impress upon you that this is a deeply spiritual event. If you feel the need to leave, that's fine, but don't disturb anyone.
Okay.
That should be all, if you'll allow me to show you to your seat.
Okay, the silent dinner where we shut up. Oh, ghosts.
Lord save me. I cannot get used to this.
Okay, so this is this guy's friend. I'm thinking this might be the husband. This is like the brother, I guess.
Laura. She returned for this, despite being freed.
Yeah.
Mrs. Lau's husband.
Yeah.
Is that Mary Blake? Why is she facing away?
Cold dead shoulder. Interesting.
Alexander Quinn? I suppose I shouldn't stare. Varley said it upsets them.
Yes.
Then, I suppose, all there is to do is eat. What is this? There is a key here.
Yes, we know. This was the plan.
The note reads, Blake residence now. Mrs. Joyce, I assume.
Yes.
Perhaps it's a good time to investigate. since the Marquess and most of the guests appear to be here.
Okay, we got the key. Okay, so stables. So if I remember correctly, the residence is over here, right? Are we in the residence? Basement. East corridor. What is this? Basement annex, entrance hall. What? Sorry. This is not good. Are we in the right place? Basement. There's no time to waste. Okay. I know. Private residence. Okay, let me just get out of here. Okay, we're going around in circles. Okay, let me see. Blake family residence is here. Is here, right? Yes. This is the same corridor we were just in. Entrance hall? There is less than 1 hour to a seance. Entering the Blake residence is a point of no return. Are you confident in the knowledge you have gained? Okay, return. And we're going to save a big boy save here. And we're gonna save a quick save here. And we're gonna save a big boy save here. Okay. Proceed. Okay, we're in the end game now. What is going on in here? It's all boarded up. Oh, look at this. The time is going bananas. Mrs. Joyce was right. Things are not right here. Lock hasn't been opened in a while. Okay. Defaced family portrait. Why is this guy looking in the other direction? They've been turned to face the walls. Debris. Drafts of invites for a handful of participants. Only Finn, Deane, and Mantovani's name are here. Can't see anything of note here. Scattered papers. These papers, the scrolling on them are largely indecipherable. Many pages are ruined from liquid being spilled on them. Gather mystics. Sense will channel their life energy. Psychic jolt. When the veil is at its thinnest, open the portal. Wake the god from its sleep. Each letter S has been drawn over in red ink. Weird. A bottle nearly empty. Okay. Investigate the residence. Okay. Another locked door. Another defaced portrait. An elevator. Okay. Doctor Who angels. Somebody didn't want anything watching them. Interesting. Family painting. Portrait of the Blake family. There's another one of these in the atrium, if I remember correctly. They look quite similar, yes. Locked. That's locked. That's weird. This one is open. The face family portrait. Yeah. And this one is locked, and there's like one Doctor Who angel there. So I guess this is the only one. Lab. Evidence. Blake residence. Secret lab. Okay. What is this? Chalkboard. Looks like a sort of lineage map. It starts with 3 names from long ago. Eber Finn, Amergin, Eramon. Works its way down then to modern times. At the bottom many names are struck out, but 2 are circled. Evelyn Deane and Doomhall of Finn. Okay, so they are descendants of like the 3 original lineages. The 3rd lineage has been erased after the name Grain Ni Imergin. Weird. What? Did we get something about the Milesians? Who is the 3rd bloodline? What about this guy? Did we get something? Profile Mr. O'Finn. How? Is nowhere to be found. Mr. O'Finn is descended from the sorcerer rulers of the Milesians. Yes, indeed. A scroll works on distilling power from blood. Some paper schematics for the machine in the atrium. Seems to be measuring the collective psychic energy that will be available to harvest at the seance. I shudder to think that what that means. Perhaps that is why it's placed so centrally, though I cannot claim to understand how this device actually works. Note says we need as much as possible to wake him, so he can use the blood to open the gate. Handwriting of a different style replies, we do not need anyone present, but the ritual will be unstable with less. Okay, so probably is going to be, if everybody attends, it will overload the conduits, but everything else will go more smoothly. Their demise will save us a task. Interesting. Device scroll, drawing of some kind of bat. I cannot tell its purpose. There are no notes, only dimensions. It's large. Almost the size of a carriage. Distilling power from blood, I guess? Table of elements. Periodic table with names, abbreviations, and details of the elements. Okay. Schematics for some kind of machine that harnesses lightning to some end. This book seems to be part science, part occult. An attempt to marry the two? Observations. I understand the text as a whole, but some parts of this grid have been circled. 74, 53, 26. I mean, in that order. Can't begin to imagine what this represents. I'm gonna write these numbers down. Might be a combination somewhere. So it is 74, 53, 26. Okay. Okay. Whatever meaning this may have is lost on me. Okay. Don't know anything about anything, I guess. We have some jars. Jars full of human organs and animals, preserving a strange fluid. Okay. records, personal records of the Blakes, including various journals and other accounts over the years. Records of experiments. I am not knowledgeable enough to wholly make sense of them, but they seem unorthodox. From the notes, they seem to be ancient scrolls of dark magic. An assortment of chemicals and potions. Brain. The delusion of generations, a smear would not be enough to open the gate. Not a drop could be wasted to ensure success. Then a note, the blood must be fresh, they cannot perish before exsanguination. Someone gathering the blood? Blood extracted power from blood? Jars, okay, the same jars we saw. Financials, including lands and other assets. Books written in many languages, none of which I can read. Blueprints of the ground. It seems he was looking for something hidden here. Books of magic and French sciences. Very different selection to the library near the hotel. Range of scientific equipment. Cannot make out the specifics of the experiment, if indeed these are related to one project. I think we saw that. So everything here. Phrenology bust. Scientific bust. The top of the head is separated into many segments, each with letters on them. They seem to press inward. I wonder why. Okay. Use. There must be a code here, but which buttons and in what order? Okay, I know what this is. Where's the thing? So, let me see. It said 74. 74 is W. Wolframium, something like that. 53. 53. I. Iodine, something like that. 26. 26 is Fe. Ferrite. Iron. So it's W-I-F-E. Okay, yeah. W. I. And I saw iron here. Wife. It said wife. Are the floorboards shaking? Oh, secret. It was wife. Interesting. Hidden door. Is this a shrine to Mary Blake? Apparently. I don't think that I should touch anything in here. Look at this. This is apparently left absolutely untouched. The Marquise absolutely worships her. You see? So we're not gonna touch anything here. Okay. We open this? No. Okay, I guess we go over here. Blake history. An account stating that once he had taken the fort here, Edward Blake forced himself on the chieftain's daughter. Her name was Grain Ni Irmrigier, and she bore him a son. Thus was the Blake line carried on, intertwined with the people of the place. There is no record of what happened to her after the birth. The letter P has been scrawled across the page with red ink. Let's see. letter S, the letter P. Huh. Okay. Seems to map the Blake's lineage back as far as Edward Blake, the man who built this place and planted his family here. Looks like one branch of the family has been erased. I cannot make out any names, but from this they would be cousins of the Marquis. Okay. Empty bedroom. Books on Irish mythology. Sections on Tina Nog has been circled. The land of eternal youth. Okay, scroll across this. We will send that thing through the portal in exchange for Mary. The letter Y has been repeatedly circled in red ink. Okay. There could be something interesting. What's the code for this? I don't know. Can't see anything of note. Remove lens cap. Just light. Am I missing something? Look, simple projector. It's casting light on the wall, but without any slides, there is no picture to be seen. It's just a wall. Granted, it's a well-lit one. Do we know anything about this now? Find the safe code. SPY. So again, we need to look for the... Where are the things? Let's see. Where's the periodic table? I guess it's this. So SPY. So SPY. So S, which is sulfur. Where are you? X16. P, potassium. 15. So 16, 15, and Y, 39. So 16, 15, 39. I don't know why. What is this? So 16, 15, 39. And I believe it's left first, right? Okay. Use. What's the code for this? Turn on the dial left. Okay. So, left. 16, 15, 39. Check. There we go. What is this? Pile of projector slides. And this is a stone with a hole carved in the center. The note says, this hackstone will keep us safe during the seance. Make sure Walter has one. I may take one too. Okay. Those stones, I think you need to look through them to see spirits or something. Add slides. Stars? Stars. Remember Mr. Z? In Resident Evil 2? Is there a pattern hidden among the stars? I'll adjust the dial, see if a solution will make itself clear. Okay. Okay. Okay, so when they glow, that's when it's good? there we go. I've seen this before in my dreams. I wonder. Okay. This is the same shape I've seen in my dreams. Okay, use this. So we do maybe this. The clock is still kind of wonky. Wish I hadn't expected that. Where are you hiding, Marquis? Enter. Seems to be an empty closet. Nursery. Okay. Miss Deane's attendance, nothing? Find Miss Deane's hidden note. I don't know where they are. What about this guy? Do we have anything else? No. I hope we have enough stuff for the good ending. Somebody's coming. Huh.
My boy.
We need to talk to this guy.
It is time. I know this is hard for you. But think of your mother. Your sacrifice will bring her back to us. And bring you back to me. Your chair gone. Your voice restored. You will not be dead for long. I promise.
Weird.
Sorry to interrupt, sirs. They're ready for you at the seance.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
What on earth?
The kid is not real? They're all under a spell?
Oh, young master, you look so smart.
Yeah, they're under a spell.
His mother would be so proud.
She will be, yes. We had best get moving. Time, as they say, waits for no man.
Interesting. Like
The
when
chair
they,
was empty.
yeah, like when they started talking at the same time, they're under a spell, all of them.
But both the Marquez and the housekeeper spoke as if it wasn't.
Yeah, spell.
Were they under another spell?
Yes.
Is Walter Blake even real?
I don't think so.
Oh, he must be. I've seen his portraits in the manor.
It's just a portrait. Children's book, collection of small stories. Looks completely untouched. Tales of a Little White Rabbit and the Value of Being Kind. Can't imagine it's ever been read. Yeah. Wheelbarrows, spotless alphabet blocks arranged to spell the word God in a wheelbarrow that looks as good as new. These meals are untouched and cold. They're fresh, prepared earlier today. Yeah. Painting of Mary Blake. We have been bamboozled. Stuffed bear. A stuffed bear, Wilson of course, that looks as though he's never had the joy of being held. Well, this is Wilson, so I don't mind. Nothing here. Rocking horse. Polish isn't even scratch. Yeah, I get it. The kid is not real. Pristine toys. Strewn about as if they've been used. Absolutely pristine. Stories about a little boy's adventures or the hunt for long lost treasure. No indication it has ever been opened. Nothing in here, okay. Toys ordered in mint condition, never been played with. Jack in the box, springs are stiff with DTUs. children's book about a little girl who lives with her grandfather in the mountains. Pages are stuck together like it's brand new. Everything is brand new here. Okay, let's follow them. What sort of shenanigans are happening here?
The young master is here, but... No. Wait. This paint is different. It's fresher. Newer. Somebody has added him to the picture and altered the mother's arms to hold him.
Look at this. Huh. And we needed more things.
He isn't real. He is a fabrication that the Marquess and the staff seem to believe is real. But why?
Yes, and we have a deduction to make. Jonathan Blake, he was younger here, more content. Okay, there's a glint of something missing from his expression. Hunger? Sorrow? Cannot tell. Mary Blake, her expression is unhappy. Okay. You got a hypothesis. Jonathan Blake intends to resurrect his wife. No, intends to sacrifice his son to resurrect his wife, but Walter Blake isn't real. Consider. I know what happened here.
Walter Blake seems to be a shared hallucination between at least the staff and the Marquess.
Yeah.
But the paintings of him, they are very real.
Yeah.
He has been freshly painted in over original paintings. It's a very good forgery. I only realized when I knew to look for it.
The guy who we don't trust had painting things in his room. He was very talented.
How can that be?
The culprit is a skilled painter.
This level of replication, not just here but in all the portraits, suggests the culprit is an expert artist.
Yes. And we've seen
I
that.
have picked up another fact about the culprit.
Yes.
I wonder if there's anyone I could eliminate as a result. And if not, what investigating can I do to allow me to learn some useful facts about the suspects?
Bro, we know who the guy is. Mystery Soul Blade Residence. We got achievement behind closed doors. Walter Blake cannot be saved, you see? The return, it doesn't seem like anyone is going to survive. It's also my last chance to find and save Evelyn Deane. I need to get out of here and stop it. Okay. And this is the ritual. Stop the seance. Yeah. Going to be a lot of shenanigans. Let me see something. Stop the ritual. And do we have anything here? No. Okay, I'm gonna save the second from the bottom. And we're gonna save as well the first one, which is the second one. We're gonna be bouncing between first and two. Quick save. Okay, let's stop the seance. Time to go. Time for the Séance of Blake Manor. Grand Séance, Hedge Maze. Here we go. I lost track of time. The seance will be starting soon. I need to get out of the hedge maze and put a stop to this before it is too late. Oh, we're gonna fast travel. Oh, good. Okay, and now we save here. And we save again here. And we quick save. Okay, here we go, people. Squishy. Chair. Walter's wheelchair. They wheeled it out this far, then abandon it. What does Blake think is happening here? I don't know, man.
The circle is sealed. We call now upon the spirits.
It looks like they have begun. Everybody's there, you see? A lot of empty spaces and the others are protected. Good. There's an empty space here. It's for me, waiting for me. I shouldn't keep them waiting any longer. This is the sense, people.
To come forth, be witnessed by us, be heard by us. Age posco. Nego te recusare.
Oh crap. She's going full Doctor Strange.
Good lord.
Don't worry, there's not a lot of power here. Okay, F for the lady. Lady's gone. Use this thing. Oh, it's busted. Okay, crap. I thought it was to see spirits, but apparently it was like a charm. I'm alive. I'm okay. Yes. Carmela, she's, yeah, F for Carmela. The others, I don't know. They should be all of them okay, you know? But yeah, she's like over there. Okay, mysteries. The ritual. Séance disaster. Apprehend the subject. The suspect. Okay. Sorry. She's dead. Yeah. You see, she's burning. Miss Mantovan is dead. Everybody else appears to be protected. I don't see anybody else dead. That's a good thing, I guess. You see? Protected. Okay, I guess we go over here. Okay, that's not good. Okay. We don't go with the scary creatures are. Damn. Here? Magic doorway.
The energy goes this way. But how?
I don't know, bro.
My head.
Speak your name to enter.
That's the voice they use for this? Really? Not even a little bit of reverb? Just speak your name to enter. Okay, that. Someone dropped the ball on that one.
It wants the culprit's name. But who?
Oh, we know. It's the weird guy. It's this guy. Simon Coventry is the culprit, yes.
Welcome, Simon.
Yep. He was sus. J'accuse. Mystery solved. Okay. Wanna quickly save. And a quick save. Interesting. Good, good. Bedding. Bed with research materials on it. Was Coventry sleeping down here before the event? Maybe. Luggage. The tag says Miss Deane, so this is where it was brought. Yep. I got the luggage over there. Huh. Dedication. Here lies Norman Blake, died in a cave. In a cave-in under the church in 1834, where it says buried as he lived alone, is scratched over frantically. Okay, so apparently not. The paintings you see. Various paintings of Walter Blake that Coventry must have discarded for whatever mistake you fear people would see through. The reference photograph was Henry Blake, 1840, written on the back. Oh, okay. Looks like a photograph of Walter Blake, but the writer on the back says Henry Blake. Yeah. He took pictures of Henry Blake. Pile of papers.
A collection of papers, a birth certificate, and a journal. It's the birth certificate of a Henry Blake, who seems to be the older cousin of Jonathan Blake, the actual heir to the title and lands here.
Okay.
His father died when he was still a young lad. Rather than pass the title and lands to Henry, an attempt was made on his life by Jonathan Blake's father.
Okay.
Henry's mother took him and fled. She died soon after, leaving him alone in the world.
This is not a nice
All
family.
he had were his father's notes, the notes that resulted in his death. Among them, the sigil.
So this is the true heir of the fortune.
He spent much of his life studying the occult to make sense of the sigil. And eventually, much older, he returned to the manor, armed with the understanding of the ground's secrets.
Okay.
He had adopted the identity of Simon Coventry, a man who had also recently lost his wife. Over this, he bonded with the Marquess, and used that to gain the access he needed to search the grounds.
So they're cousins, you see?
He found the chamber his father had died opening, and was able to get inside. That is where he discovered Guivenu, locked in a deep sleep. The god's dreams already colored by the events happening around him. Coventry took advantage of this through prayer and something he calls his Shrine of Images.
Okay.
And Guivnu's dreams reshaped the minds of everyone around him into thinking there was a Walter Blake who's been crippled in the accident that killed his mother.
Yeah, you see?
Because to unlock the gate, he needs Blake blood. It says here they are the last of the third Milesian bloodline.
Okay, so that's why they need 3 people. They need Miss Deane, they need O'Finn, and they need a Blake. And they can open the gate for this guy.
The Marquess will kill himself, thinking he both kills and frees his son.
Okay.
The god's dream can't force anyone to act outside of their interest. He couldn't be made to kill himself, but he could be tricked into doing it for the right reason. Then with Blake gone and the god freed, Coventry will ask for his reward, to have his youth returned. He will then take his place as the heir in the form of Walter Blake, the son with paintings, documents and mesmerized staff to vouch for him as the next in line to the title.
Oh. Sigil. A sigil fell out of the pile. Interesting. Okay, the culprit is done. This one? Nothing. I wonder where the hidden thing was. Some rough notes. So Finn recognizes me. After all these years, he was only a child when I visited his camps, seeking their wisdom. Even my own flesh and blood didn't know me. In hindsight, I was probably memorable enough, a wealthy outsider coming to ask of their god. I shouldn't have panicked and attacked him, though. That was risky. Yeah, but what if he ordered me? Thankfully, I played in those catacombs as a lad, and know all their secrets. My back is in agony today for it. I have taken most of the bottle to ease the pain. Yeah. Tonight, back troubles will be a future problem. This time, I will care better for my joints. Interesting. Notes on the ritual I found under Miss Deane's bed. Mr. O'Finn's too. Yeah. Yeah, it was the guy who was sus. He lies Norman Blake. Yeah, we have this. Buried as he lived alone. Hardcore, if you ask me. Okay, I think we know pretty much everything that happened here, you know? Miss Matavanish is dead, evaporated by the ritual. Simon Coventry and Henry Blake are the same person. Apprehend the subject. Okay. This is the one we're doing. Okay. I'm going to apprehend you, bro. Okay. So, what happens if we do this, this, this? Okay, so this, no, this. How is this? There. There we go. Holy crap. We're on the side of the church. We have a lot of the Fae people over there, I guess. The blue ones. Not ghosts. I think they're Fae. Summoned by the ritual, you know? More of them. They're closing in on the church. Okay. The Reverend. He's been murdered. Okay, F for the Reverend. The fair inside the church. Nowhere left to go. Okay, I was going in this direction. I don't know why you turned. The ritual chamber. Okay, before we do this, let's save over there. And let's throw in a quick save. Okay, how do I get down here? Okay, there's the guy floating. Coventry, Henry Blake, he's praying to the entity. To the smithing god, Goibnu. Okay. Mr. O'Finn. We got Miss Deane.
Shh. No, Walter.
Bro, don't do it.
No tears now. Not long to go.
Bro.
Mummy will be home soon. Thanks to you. You big, brave boy.
Bro, seriously.
This will only hurt a moment. Then Daddy will talk with the floating man. and bring you and her back. Then we'll all be together again. One big happy family. What are you doing here?
You're under a spell, bro.
I won't let you stop this.
I need to get through to him. Think. Hypothesis. You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so he can take over your ancestral home. Consider. Here goes nothing. You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so he can take over your ancestral home.
Fooled? But I would have all I could ever...
No.
Who was restraining me? And...
The guy over there.
Where is my son?
You don't have a son, bro. You need to go and talk to the guy who's like worshipping the floating dude.
Where is my boy? He should be here, shouldn't he? No. I thought.
I know you thought.
No. I didn't. They were not my thoughts. Not at all. They were put there.
Indeed.
There is no Walter. Just a cruel illusion. Oh, my boy. Taken from me.
Yeah.
And Mary. My Mary. She is truly gone. Never coming back.
Well, actually, we could... Well, we don't... Yeah, no. Sorry, because we need, like, not your blood there. Yeah, you're screwed. Sorry.
Who would make a man think such things? Have such hope?
The guy over there.
You're right. I have been fooled. By a relation I did not even know existed.
Yeah, your cousin.
Fooled by the only real flesh and blood that I have.
We can use his blood, though. If you can get your wife back. Oh. He's angry. Damn.
Get off me, you fool!
How could you do this to me? You gave me hope. You gave me a son, only to take them from me.
Some lucidity, is it? I am only doing to you what your grandfather did to me. I should have been the Marquess of Doon.
Doon!
And I will be. Islam, Jonathan.
You will be nothing!
Okay, they're going down into the pool of blood, I guess. Splash. Mystery solved. The Marquis could not be saved. Marquis Blake was determined to resurrect his wife at any cost. He had been tricked into nearly sacrificing himself by the ousted Herr Henry Blake, posing as Simon Coventry. Your achievement, end of the line. Witness the end of the Blake lineage. Stop Coventry's ritual. We're gonna save again. Third. Okay, how do I do this? Machinery. Well, these vats. Can I grab something here? Standing stone. This looks much older than the vats. Perhaps they were original locks that the militias used to seal the gate. Maybe. We get this painting. Coventry's Henry's Blake, rather painting of himself inserted into the family as Walter Blake, right in front of Goidnu, with a strange type of shine. This must be how Coventry seeded that idea into the god's mind to keep it in front and center in his thoughts so they would be present in his dreams, which is how it infiltrated the mind of the staff and guests here, trickling everybody into believing the child was real. And how he clouded everybody's mind about Miss Deane's disappearing and her room, as well as the staff's mind as to the having met him before this event. Pretty, like, tricky.
The Tuatha Dé Danann and the Milesians faced off for the final time at the Battle of Tal'Teu.
Yes.
After much death, a truce was called. They agreed to halve the land between them. However, the Milesians tricked the gods by claiming the top half, so the Tuatha Dé Danann went below ground through this here portal.
Yes.
We'vna stayed behind to build a lock for the portal that could only be opened again by him and the 3 Milesian leaders, using their blood.
Why, though? Why was that needed?
Once the portal was closed, he fell into a deep slumber, from which his dreams inspired those who lived here for millennia. Until war came to the land once again.
Yes.
Oliver Cromwell and his forces arrived, led in this region by Edward Blake. They killed those living here, the people Gwevna had formed a bond with over the generations. Their blood seeped into this chamber and tainted his dreams. He felt alone and scared. He feels alone and scared still.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to go home to his people.
I'm not sure about this. Simon Coventry hypothesis. 1 second. Okay, stop the thing. Okay, we have everything. Good. I'm gonna save again. And save a quick save here. So, can I talk to this guy? Is this Gwevna imprisoned here for an eternity? Something deep inside of me is screaming not to get any closer. Okay, we don't get any closer then. So, dial. Broken stone. Broken pillar. Clearly it had a sigil carved into it, but I cannot make it out now. Okay. Intact stone. A pillar with a sigil carved into it, but what is it for? These dials, there seem to be a kind of control panel. I should be able to arrange them in such a way to allow me to perform a sigil here. But what sigil? So, open, close, release. No, we're going to try this one. We're going to try the close, you know? So for that, we need this. Change dial. We need that. We have the... Okay. Change dial. I think this is what we need. Yeah, this is what we need. Check. Okay. This is close. Okay, how do we do this? There? No. There? No. It has to be something like this. Okay. So... There? 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 No, reset. Yeah, this works. There it is. Okay, we close the portal. This guy goes back to sleep. Things are moving. Because if we had opened it, I think everybody would have come here. Close the portal, shut it down. Okay. Like, I think that would have opened the portal and everybody would have, from the other reality, would have rushed here. Like the great old ones, you know? Okay, we survived. We survived. Miss Deane is alive. O'Fane is alive. We got achievement. Come with me if you want to live. I have stopped the ritual. We got an achievement. Breaking the circle. Mystery solved. How can I stop the ritual?
So...
Hey, Miss Deane.
This is where the man who saved my life spends his time.
Huh.
You'll join me.
Yes. I think at the very least, I will give you a drink.
We got an achievement. And then a hero comes along. Save Miss Deane.
Freed from the vase's curse, Miss Hisham became obsessed with seeking out other cursed items hidden across the globe.
Of course she did.
Miss Montevani's family were devastated with the news of her death. But at least her last wish had been carried out, and they were set for many comfortable years.
Good.
Mr. O'Mara's angel led him deep into the unknown parts of the world. I never learned in search of what.
Weird.
With the curse lifted, Miss Quinn was free to raise her siblings in safety. She supported them only by her earnings as a poet.
Good. Good poetry.
Mrs. Darcy disposed of her husband's ghost on her route home. She later turned the events of the manor into the acclaimed horror novel, Eldritch House.
Eldritch House, the original title of this, could have been The Séance of Blake Manor.
Mr. Hunter left the manor and spent his remaining years breeding champion horses for the MacLeod family.
Nice.
Mr. Doyle left Ireland to see the world.
Huh. Look at this.
Free from his obligation, Mr. Dupre returned to New Orleans.
Nice.
With a newly opened mind, Mrs. Joyce accompanied him to the new world.
Oh, good.
Mr. Toussaint shared his account of the seance with his societal fellows, after which it was agreed he should spearhead a new department of supernatural investigations.
Awesome.
He also published a paper, thoroughly correcting every element that Mrs. Darcy had embellished in her novel. Miss Callahan finally retired and passed the role of Dree on the Dr. Callahan.
Dree? Okay, Drowy, I was saying.
Mrs. Erickson destroyed all remnants of her magical persona and started a new life away from all things supernatural.
Okay.
With her family lands returned to her, along with the Quinn fortune, Miss Barbosa began a new life in Ireland.
Pretty awesome.
Mrs. Lau and Miss MacLeod retired to a cottage outside London. They never attended another mystical event.
Cool. Everybody's happy, you see?
Mr. O'Finn went deep into the forest and was never seen again.
Huh.
Miss Murphy continued the studies she began under Miss Deane and used that power to create a better life for herself. With
She's a
Miss
witch.
Callahan's help, she was able to reunite with her daughter.
Oh, cool.
Father Sinnott retired and spent his last few years exploring the forests of Ireland with his hound, Seamus.
That's a good boy.
Mr. Skerritt established the Skerritt Foundation, which set up schools and hospitals for the underprivileged. He is thought of fondly by those he helped.
Well, he got his wish.
Mr. Varley used the treasure to purchase the manor. He turned it into a refuge for lost souls.
Oh.
He kept the name Blake Manor.
Detective Ward saved 21 out of 22 people. Okay, so we could have saved Carmela? That's interesting. 34 out of 37 mysteries solved. So we didn't save her, but we could have? Wow. I don't think we could have. Because she was sick and we solved her mystery, but we couldn't save her? That's weird. The Séance of Blake Manor. Awesome. Spooky doorway. Okay. Skip. I would like to see the other endings. That was, I'm gonna say, the good ending.
He just...
Yes. Let's see what happens if we change the things. Okay. Yeah, the sigil. Let's try open. Okay, so for open, this is good. That is good. This is good. It was ready for open. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see if this works. Okay, no, reset. It's probably like that. Okay. No. It's in the other way. Okay, and now... We're just winging it, but I think we got it. Okay, this is the open option. We open the portal and they come through. Yeah, they're coming through. Or are you leaving? What is going to happen here? Yeah, they're coming through. I knew it. Wow. That's the bad ending. Oh, F for the horse. And they're spreading and conquering the earth. The great old ones are back. It's the end of the world as we know it. That was awesome. Okay, we're gonna skip this one. And the final one. That was pretty awesome. Okay.
He just...
Oh crap, no, it was here. Okay. Scour release. Okay, so for this, we require that, and we require this. Okay. And then we need this. I think this is the one we need. Is it the same as the other one? No, this one required that. Check. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so if I do this, this is release. And he went home. And we die? God Killer. Free Golden Homes is okay. Do we manage? Okay, yeah, we managed to. We could have closed the portal or made a run for it. The ritual. Stop the ritual. Okay, let's see.
So?
This is where Miss Deane comes to see us.
This is...
Yes, lady. Have a seat.
Yes.
Okay, let me see if the other ones are the same.
Freed from the vase's curse.
Yes.
Miss Hisham became a...
We know this one. I don't want to skip all the cutscenes, I want to see.
Miss Montevani.
Yes, we know this one.
Mr. O'Mara.
The same. I was thinking maybe that the one with the Blake Manor is different.
Mrs. Darcy disposed of...
Eldridge House, yes, same thing.
Mr. Hunter left the manor and spent...
Yes.
Mr. Doyle left Ireland to see the world.
Yes.
Free from his obligation.
Mr. Bray and Mrs. Joyce, okay.
Mr. Toussaint, he also
This
published
guy
a paper thoroughly
correcting the elements, good.
Miss Calla...
Okay.
Mrs. Erickson destroyed.
Yeah, it destroyed all the things.
With her family lands returned,
Okay, Miss Barbosa.
Mrs. Lau and Miss Mc.
Yeah, they retired there. Never seen again.
Miss Murphy
With the
Miss
magic.
Callahan's. Father Sinnott retired and spent his last
With a
few
good boy.
years. Mr. Skerritt established the Skerritt.
Yes. This
Mr.
one.
Varley used the treasure to purchase the manor. He
It's the
kept the
same.
name.
Blake Manor. Yeah, it's the same thing. So I guess those two endings are the same. Still surprised that apparently you could have saved her. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was the Séance of Blake Manor. Awesome detective supernatural eldritch game. That concludes this long string of, Sunday long duration videos of the Séance of Blake Manor. What are we going to play next? Still don't know. So I hope you enjoyed this series. That's it for now. See you next time.
Just follow the road. The blood in your veins like a track for the trains. The heart always aims for the place where you